channel again. So I'm in Washington D.C.
Yeah.
and
And you'd have another one of these right after us, right?
I'm on like those things that like you would have those like horse and carriages things, so that kind of thing, but it's on a bike. So yeah, and I'm just getting a tour around
This is
DC.
like the so amazing way
So
to
I
see
just wanted
everything.
to show you guys and like
I hope so.
We're so happy.
We got our 360-degree view all the time.
giving you a tour. It's gonna be like an hour 20 minutes, so buckle up.
So they've opened the new Spy Museum just up there.
Is it good?
I haven't been there yet. It just opened like a week and a half ago.
We went to one in the city
Oh, yeah.
like just last week. We went to the Spy Museum in New York City.
Oh, see, I didn't know there was one.
Yes, we didn't know either. It's amazing.
It's that red building right up there.
Oh, okay, very cool.
They're starting to come out.
Yeah.
Oh, convertible. That's sweet. I never actually seen a convertible IRL like that.
What's
it's
that?
electronic.
Open on Mother's Day.
Oh, how funny. We went to the Spy Museum on Mother's Day.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That was like my Mother's Day excursion, right? For my mother.
Yeah. Wow, people here have nice cars. The Ukraine. Oh look, it's the Ukraine.
Do you bike ride on your time off too? Is that something that you love or more for work?
No, both. So on I don't really have any time off.
No?
From the job, but I only work like half the year, seasonally.
Yeah, right.
So when I'm not doing this, I travel on my bicycle for several. I take a long trip every year.
Yeah?
Just different places around the world, just touring on the
Oh, amazing.
So far it's going pretty good.
But when I'm in town working,
They have a lot of
I
those
try
here.
I mean, I don't ride
They have a
my
lot
Yeah.
of those like
bicycle regularly.
Yeah.
firm things. Yo, pina coladas. Yep, see?
Look at this.
Yeah, it's it's interesting.
Here's the fish market.
Yeah, I
here.
see.
Yeah.
They have some wholesale, and they also have some stuff that you can just buy and eat right there.
Cool.
I got the shades in Washington. I'm very fond of them. Or the opposite on whatever that is. I'm so happy I have a pop socket. Just laying it out.
It's a good thing you're no bigger than what you are, because we're just fitting, right?
Yeah, as you can see, I'm a bit squished.
You're a good size.
And in the middle of this big lump. And whatever that is.
I'm the dada and I'm making myself even bigger with the sandwich.
You didn't learn after last night.
No.
Well,
Last night was fun though.
Last night was fun.
Yeah.
We like the hotel. Like, there's a nice pool on the top. Like,
Oh, right on the top.
yeah, it's so pretty.
And is there like a view? Of
Yeah, of the wharf. And we took like a 7-hour car ride to get here.
Right.
Should have been 5
7
hours,
hours
but no.
At least.
7.5.
I don't know. It just ended up taking longer
Should
than
have
we
been 5
thought.
hours,
But yeah, a little
no,
traffic.
7.5.
Still a beautiful day. That. Fine.
Is this gonna be an hour and a half just me deformed sitting?
What? We're taking a tour of the monuments. This is gonna be.
Oh yeah, that looks like something from Disney.
Yeah.
You go through Staten Island?
Yes.
That looks like something out of Disney World. You know what I mean? Like that place, not the Disney movie series.
When did you move here?
About 10 years ago.
Cool.
2009.
Okay.
When I was born.
That's when you were born.
But now that I mean, I was living in the city.
Yeah.
So, but now that I'm here, I got no desire to go back to
I had to drink.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. You don't want the drink? Okay, fine.
I really don't want
So
it.
you'll save up for lunch.
Yep. I told my
Did you
parents that this would be a
studying about
family
8 3 years
vacation.
Before you started your
I'm
job?
filming.
Oh, you knew
Before I started, I mean, at first, when I first got here,
Yeah,
I wasn't doing tours, just rides, place to place.
yeah.
At first, I didn't even know the streets, so I had like a little map in my hand.
Oh, yeah.
You know, somebody would say, take me to Lincoln Memorial, so I sort of figured out how to get there my first couple days.
Cool.
And then, I suppose quickly I started adding in some touring, but it really, in the last 5 years, that I've been doing almost exclusively doing the touring.
Yeah.
So we're pretty close to the Jefferson Memorial.
This is so pretty.
I'll tell you about it when we get
Oh,
right up there.
God. Sounds good.
But, this body of water that you're seeing, it looks like a lake,
Uh-huh.
but it's actually called the tidal basin. It connects directly with the Potomac River, and it's an artificially constructed body of water. Its purpose is to prevent flooding from the Potomac River into downtown Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Now, all these low trees that we see around the tidal basin, these are the cherry trees.
Oh,
Cherry.
these are the cherry trees?
About 4,000.
Sorry, guys.
Are these the trees with all the blossoms?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So
I'll
we
show you a
missed it,
picture of
right?
in a little bit.
Yeah.
About 4,000 of them around the tidal basin. And so when they're in bloom, they're a sea of white and pink flowers.
When does that
Gorgeous.
Late March, early April.
Buildings.
The big buildings you see back there, that's
Yeah.
in Virginia. Across the
Oh.
Potomac River.
Love Virginia.
Right, where those buildings are.
happen? Really cool.
We don't have any tall buildings in the city in order to prevent, to keep our skyline. The skyline being the Washington Monument, the
Right.
U.S. Capitol, Jefferson.
Ohio. I'm in D.C. Ohio Drive for shop.
So, the original trees were a gift from the government of Japan in 1912. And all the other trees are descended from those trees. There are still some of the originals that are left.
Oh, how cool.
that's
The oldest trees, the big gnarly ones that you'll see here and there, are 107 years old.
Oh, okay. I did not see that coming. 107.
There on the top of the,
Yeah.
of the Jefferson Memorial. What they're doing is cleaning off that black stuff. That's actually a fungus that's growing up on the marble.
Ooh.
And they didn't power wash it because it would damage the marble. It's a soft stone. So
Yeah.
they've got a laser treatment that they're going to apply to the whole roof.
I feel like part of it is white.
Right, they did that last year as a test to make
Oh.
sure that it would hold.
And it worked.
I did. So now they've already started work. All of this is like a work area. You'll see when you get up there. There's some fencing and everything. You can still go inside. But part of the column's closed
I
off.
don't think I showed it to you
for
guys.
renovations.
Yeah, I'm sitting
Do you want to sit on part of me?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's not copying.
I'm okay. No, I'm really okay.
So there was a big storm 2 nights ago that knocked this tree over.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh my god.
A few
Is that
nights.
one of the older ones?
Oh, well, that's not a cherry tree,
Oh.
but clearly it's a pretty old tree. But I couldn't tell you how old it could be. Something like that to me looks like it's got to be 80, 100 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's definitely hot. That's fungus.
There's fungus among us.
Yeah. It's not. That's not the part. The actual marble. That's fungus. Apparently.
This is so exciting, actually.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see this.
I feel like I could just see the Washington Monument just somewhere here. Oh.
So we're at the Jefferson Memorial here. And Justin, what do you know about Thomas Jefferson?
I forgot.
So
I learned this in school.
Right. Well, you'll learn it
Oh,
again.
it's Washington Monument. I
In
told
the back,
you.
that's Washington
I
Monument.
told you.
That's that big pencil-looking thing.
Yeah, I
right
know.
there.
I
So,
told you.
Thomas Jefferson was our third president, but he's also mostly here because he's the author of the Declaration of Independence.
Oh yeah.
So what day do we celebrate the Declaration of Independence? You do it every year. July 4th. There you go. That's the signing of the Declaration of Independence written by Thomas Jefferson. And so at the time, you might take a look in there and you'll see that statue of Thomas Jefferson as an older man when he was president. He's got that really hot clothing that they used to wear, that very heavy overcoat and that white powdered wig and those white stockings and wooden shoes. And he might look like some old boring guy, but he's not boring. He's a real revolutionary. So in 1776, when he wrote the Declaration of Independence, he was only 33 years old, and he was quite the fiery revolutionary. He took these ideas that had just sort of been floating around in Europe and decided to cast off loyalty to his king, along with all his companions, to put them into a new and untried system of government. Nobody knew if it would work or not, and so every one of the people who signed the Declaration of Independence, they put their lives on the line. The very last lines are, "We pledge our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor for the furtherance of this revolution, this anti-aristocratic revolution." And to memorialize those people, there are 55 columns all the way around the Jefferson Memorial, with the 56th column being Thomas Jefferson. So there are 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence. And during much of the Revolutionary War, the war was going against the Americans. The English had the strongest army in the world at the time. And should the English have won that war, as it looked like would happen through most of the 1770s, then every one of the signers would have just been rounded up by the British. They would have found a very nearby tree, had a summary court-martial, and strung them up right there.
Remember we learned that they would have been killed if this didn't work out.
That's right. Not only killed, but their properties would have been taken away. Their family would have
Okay,
been destitute.
I came here to get out of school,
Okay.
and I don't
you
want
wanna
to.
listen.
No, you didn't.
So the building that we're looking at right
Does this
here.
look familiar?
Have you ever been to this location? Do you know what that is?
I never been here.
Yes, you were.
I
Maybe you were
was
there though.
You were there. You were in that building. That building which is modeled after that one.
I feel
That's
like
called the
it's-
Pantheon. That's in Rome.
Remember?
Been to Rome?
Yeah.
Remember a
Yeah.
building with a hole in the roof?
I think, yeah.
Okay, well that's that building. And this Thomas
It
Jefferson
was
would have been.
raining, and it was raining in the building.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, that building.
See?
And Thomas Jefferson would have been very happy that his monument is modeled after the Pantheon, because the Pantheon was the Roman temple to all the gods, meaning that it was a symbol of religious toleration in ancient Rome. And Thomas Jefferson was the greatest defender of religious liberty here in the United States before that was an established principle. And people had talked about it. It was certainly not an established principle in Europe, but it was starting to become. They were talking about it, and he was the greatest defender of that. I have another picture right there. That's a building designed by Thomas Jefferson as an architect. You can see the similarity to the Pantheon, right? That's the main building at the University of Virginia, which he founded after he left the presidency. He went back to his home in Virginia, Monticello. It's about 2 hours west of here. He had designed his own home, and he founded the University of Virginia, the first large university in the southern states, and he designed the original buildings right there.
Amazing.
So if you guys want to go in, I'm going to
Yeah.
bring you
That's
up
it, yeah.
over
Yeah, sure.
here. And then we'll walk in just follow
I told you there was gonna be a monument,
works.
the Washington Monument, up here somewhere here.
on the walls. There's part of the Declaration of Independence right there.
Wow.
There are
15
numerous
minutes.
quotes of his from other writings on the wall.
This is really fun and cool.
And tight.
Tight.
For
Sound
me,
like Brendan.
for me at least.
You sound like Brendan now. Is it tight or is it lit?
Don't question me.
I question Brendan all the time.
Don't question me and my physics.
All right.
So, head straight back there.
Okay.
Oh, that hurt.
Let me share here and here when you guys get back.
Oh my my shoe almost broke. Shoe almost broke. And what are those shoes, Mom? That's cool. Where'd you get that salad?
What's that?
Room service?
No, it's just like a little cheese sandwich thing.
I thought you got that from like room service or something.
That's good. I'm glad I get the
Yeah,
break
that's
between, 'cause That's a lot
gorgeous.
of work for me. And don't forget, like, we don't
want
Yeah.
to see it all.
And I don't want this
We
thing
can
to
always
be
come
2
back to
hours.
anything we really, really love.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is so fun. What a beautiful day for this too.
It's perfect, isn't it?
This is our founding fathers, guys.
Yep.
I thought he was my father.
What?
I thought he was my dad.
They were the fathers. They were the fathers.
Fathers of the
Before,
fathers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fathers of the
We
country.
couldn't live our life. We didn't have these wonderful people.
I couldn't have my America.
Oh, it's so famous and like.
Hold me.
Yeah.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
I love
That
it.
lake.
I love this like way it's built. It's so like not congested. It's so like free.
What kind of shoes are those?
You walk along the inside.
They're
circle,
cool
it's
shoes.
different.
Okay.
What are those? Seriously, what are those?
They're
See,
cool.
yes, I told you I wasn't the one.
I love that one. That's where
You know what? I would.
Spider-Man was.
Yeah, I know. In Homecoming,
Spider-Man.
I'm gonna get demonetized. Can't say a word about that stuff.
He's gonna have to get a big tip for taking this. You're big brother. Not your girth. You're just a big man.
YouTube and their stuff. Oh, it's so hot. Why did I wear black headphones? Black shades. Shades don't do much. Wow, what's up with that tree? It's so big. That tree is so big. I know people have probably seen bigger, but like, wow, this is like, it's like an apple, but upside down, and like, you get it? Like,
Right. But we can, like I said,
Yeah.
we can always do more.
yo, that's weird. Just a giant gray pencil sticking out of the ground.
Does that remind you of an obelisk from the Egypt?
No. Oh, this is
Oh
my God. Stairs.
Right, but that's why
You guys can come and stand up.
in religion it's the same thing.
Yep.
Like, why would you invent the wheel?
Oh my God, I almost tripped. I almost died.
Right,
Ooh. Ooh. I almost tripped on these stairs. Oh my God. Wow, that's dangerous. I think I have one of those longboards.
It is cool.
Is it true that in the Dark Ages, like all of that stuff that the Romans
Oh.
learned was completely wiped
Yeah.
out? And then they start over?
Oh, this is dope.
No one is the name during the Dark Ages. Forget it. I read that's what I read. I'm like, what's the
Yo.
Why is it all green, guys?
Say it in like a if voice. Like the, you know, that. I am not.
times change.
People up there are smarter than me in the comments, so. Look at Tom.
To be this.
He's looking good. You wanna go? So yeah, it's a lot to look at.
We're gonna.
hang all of it in. I'm finding a pillar. No pictures.
Really, the roof looks just like where we were in Italy.
Guys, you remember my stuff in Italy, right? Like about 6-7 months ago. I'm gonna have my channel like 2-3 years. I had my channel ever since I was 8, right?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm 10.
This says the right.
Oh, okay.
You have the right to believe any religion you want.
Ow, my ankle. You can take my headphones.
You know what?
No. You guys better keep find this. Whoa. So, I don't know where we're going, but I don't know if I'm wasting your time. I'm sitting down here. Look at Tom. Dang.
Look at that. He loves it.
Huh? The man, the myth. The man, the myth. So my quotes. So obvious. It took me a second to see him.
It's so Roman in here.
Yeah, I don't think this is Washington.
Very much like
This is like such a long bench. It's like such a big bench.
I know. I love that.
Like 5 homeless people can sleep here. 5 homeless people can sleep there, I bet.
What's that?
I bet you 5 homeless people can sleep there. I'm gonna get them monetized. I'm gonna get them monetized. Oh, what's that? Yeah, let's go. I guess it's 9:25.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. He did take the idea for our and he made it a reality in a way.
Yeah, they had a hard time making it their own.
Right. Okay.
I think we're gonna be checking out
I
the.
mean, it's not exactly reality.
Okay.
Oh, this is an elevator.
You go to the restroom on the trolley.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You can go to the bathroom on the trolley.
On the what?
On the trolley.
On the trolley? No.
These stairs. Are you sure these aren't Roman stairs, like the French stairs, or the?
I don't know.
These look like the French stairs.
Go to this side.
They said there's one on both sides.
Yeah. Oh, is that the way
These are French stairs. I go to places.
How fun are we? I think I did a really good planning job for
Yeah,
this.
with the
I think
hotel,
that's
definitely.
I'm gonna get credit.
Credit where credit is due. I think I did a good job of this.
I had to do that, guys. I'm on top of it. Okay. Imagine we had to run here
Why?
from New York.
That's a long
Oh, he stays at business though with that little seat with the big Americans in it.
Oh, what?
The little seat with those big Americans.
Oh, maybe we can't go through here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Well,
You're
we're gonna be able
blind.
to walk back around. That's your bathroom there, I'm sure. Right?
I don't know. It's a restaurant
Oh, that's
that
it.
way.
What's that? Refreshments up there.
I'm pretty sure that's a knife and fork, not a refreshments. Oh, that says refreshments.
Yeah.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, that says refreshments. Wow, that's nice.
Beautiful. You could just do this all day. Oh, yeah.
I couldn't, but yeah. Oh, man, we're gonna watch movies.
This is good we've done this. We've been to Rome, we've seen the Pantheon already, but we haven't been here.
And you know what? What a perfect segue. From Rome, you first see that, and then you see this because we have a
That looks like the French stairs. That
not just in pictures, what
Yep.
Rome looks like. And all those
looks like the French stairs.
Was it French?
No, the things in Italy, the stairs.
Italian stairs?
Yeah.
Oh, like the oh, you mean the Spanish steps?
Yeah.
Spanish steps, okay.
I call it French stairs.
A little bit, I guess. Piazza di Spagna.
Okay, that sounds like a
Plaza of
pasta.
steps, of
That
Spanish
sounds like a
steps.
pasta.
Spanish
That's somebody would eat.
It's not the pasta.
It sounds like a pasta
not the
name.
pasta.
It sounds like a pasta name.
I'm gonna pasta you.
I heard that I'm running. That still says refreshments.
What's that?
Oh wait, no, never mind. I think that is the restroom.
Come with me because it's like a whole thing in there.
What do you mean?
Enslaved. He ain't child slavery. I'm going to the bathroom. Oh. My thing on focus? What is this? Yeah?
Okay, why don't you go to the ladies instead of men? The field of knowledge is the common property of all mankind. What does that mean? Think about that.
Oh, that feels nice.
It means that knowledge is there. You just have to come get it. And what you do with it then is up to you.
A little to the left, a little to the left. Yeah, right there.
Upper jaw
Oh,
of a
come on.
mastodon. A mastodon.
Yo, that's creepy. That's pretty creepy. The ghost has come back. Oh,
Look at this. Jefferson's interest in fossils arose from his desire to know about the animals of America. Forbes, his own beliefs led him to think that mastodons and other great animals still lived in the unexplored West.
don't you wish chairs became man?
What's that?
Don't you wish chairs just like came out of do you wish men just came out of chairs and were like, Autobots, roll out?
Shares?
No, chairs. Men would come out of chairs.
They just kind of like emerge.
Yeah.
You're a little silly today. A little more than usual.
I come up with stuff.
Uh-huh.
On copyright. Wow, it feels weird seeing things without the glasses. My eyes are like, oh god. You good? I think he's good. Oh, hey.
Okay.
Over here.
Okay.
So, oh. worst time. Exit.
You would never know this was here if you didn't have to go to the bathroom. Are you recording all this?
I'm 30 minutes in. And plus, I don't know. I don't have an editor. Why don't you guys want to be my editor? Job's free. Or it's free. But why isn't it?
Very cool.
Very fun.
I'm getting a PC soon. So I don't want to be so trash at gaming. I'll make videos. Comment down below. Do you want me to film some actual gaming?
I think we have to go down, don't we? We don't want to go this way.
What's
No.
that?
Do we want to get out of here?
No, that is. Okay. You guys know I'm American. I don't know what that was. I'll show you guys enough. There's so many of those things. Wow. I didn't know Washington.
We have a town near us named after Jefferson.
Really?
Port Jefferson.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
where you
true.
take the ferry over to Connecticut.
Fort Jefferson.
Well, Jackson's not here.
Yeah. Ah, I want them. They're adorable. They're adorable.
He's fast, though. He really puts in a lot of effort.
Effort, yeah.
Body and
Squirrels are cute.
Barbecue?
No, squirrels are cute, not barbecue.
Oh,
My dad's a roaster. You got it. Okay, I'm also. Peter, don't do it. Don't tell me cringe. You already did.
Come on, people. Come on. The American way.
Yeah. That's enough. I actually realized that me and my dad realized when we got to the hotel. You know, we drove 7.5 hours to get here. There's planes about 2 times a day. There's planes that go from East Islip to Washington. So we did all that for nothing. But hey, I got my pillow and some snacks. It's weird.
Refreshments open if you want to quickly get something.
No,
If you're good.
no, I'm fine.
Just don't want you to suffer with hunger.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure there'll be more refreshments someplace.
Yeah.
There's tourists here. Somebody will sell them whatever.
It's America. There's food every 5
Yeah.
blocks. We're fat. We need to eat.
That's what we do.
I mean, I came out of you, so like the Parkers have all good.
Got a lot
no
more
butt.
growing still to do, too, Kate.
Yeah.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
I'm afraid for my future and my kids.
Yeah, exactly. I think you'll be all right, though.
My kids, oh God, I'm scared.
All right.
Because their pops is dad.
You don't need one
Want a
yet.
bagel and cream cheese?
No.
Okay. Last chance.
Actually, yeah.
Okay.
I want a hot dog.
Actually, yeah.
Hot dog or bagel?
Hot dog.
Hot dog at this hour?
Yeah.
Hi. Do you have a hot dog right now?
Almost.
What? Is it ready or do you think it'd be ready fast or? Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's convenient. Wow, that was the quickest hot dog I've ever had. Yeah, thanks.
The ketchup on there that you want,
Okay.
or not want.
Okay. How do you want to open it? What is that?
Do you want ketchup or mustard?
Both.
Thank you.
I can't put it. I have.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Thank you. It's too cold for me.
Keep going. Other way. Oh dear.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Oh. Glorious.
As I understand it, the Zyrtec is most effective if you take it like dead, not like it's an immediate effect.
Let me get on first.
I popped 2 of them this morning.
So how are you feeling now?
Come on.
Not really. I'm still snottering.
So sit forward at first.
Here.
There you go. Let Dad get in one side, and then you can kind of squeeze in the middle there.
There we go.
There we go.
You all right? Here, how
Yep.
about this?
So what do you think of the Jefferson Memorial, man? Pretty cool.
Awesome, right?
Very cool.
We love it.
And very reminiscent of the Pantheon.
And your description was very good. We saw the the building's resemblance to the
to the Romans.
yeah. Oh God.
I was kind of hungry, so like I think I want a snack. I'm going fast.
I think this is the best way to do it. This is so fun.
I'm going much faster.
Me too. What a cool way to spend that Memorial Day weekend.
Exactly.
Great idea.
I'm still American.
Stop at the Vietnam Memorial for Memorial Day. Remembrance.
Yeah.
Let's go in here and take a look at a smaller memorial. A guy named George Mason.
This is like the scenery here.
He's one of the founding fathers that's not nearly as well known today as some of the others like Thomas Jefferson and George Washington, James Madison, etc. But he had quite an influence. And he wrote the first Bill of Rights in the United States, which is the Virginia Declaration of Rights. And our own National Bill of Rights is very totally modeled after the Virginia Declaration of Rights. In some cases, almost word for word.
Is this where the term masonry comes from?
And then, just quickly take a look at the quote right there. It's very similar to the Declaration of Independence. You can see how Thomas Jefferson
I never read the.
drew upon the writings of George Mason to come up with the Declaration of Independence.
Jeremy is creepy look.
He doesn't look creepy. He looks relaxed, don't you think?
Yeah. But he's giving me a creepy look.
See what he wrote? See the second paragraph? Ready?
Oh.
See what it says? Regarding slavery, that slow poison which is daily contaminating the minds and morals of our people. Every gentleman here is born a petty tyrant, practicing acts of despotism and cruelty. We become callous to dictates of humanity, and all the finer feelings of the soul, taught to regard a part of our own species in the most abject, contemptible degree below us, we lose that idea of the dignity of man, which the hand in nature had implanted in us for great and useful purposes. He's not somebody who, he did not like slavery,
Except he was also a slave owner.
as was Jefferson,
Right, as
but
was
yes,
Jefferson, right.
the conflicting issues of the time.
That's right. That's right. Jefferson also has a very conflicting view of the whole thing. On many occasions, he rails against slavery and actually brought up legislation to ameliorate slavery. But at some point in his career, he realized that if he's pushing the idea of abolition, then he would not really be a successful
Right.
politician at all. He would just be sidelined.
Yeah.
And that the country wouldn't actually become a country should the abolitionists or should the northern states push the idea of abolition. The southern states would never have joined to form
I'm
the
learning.
United States.
I'm learning about slavery in school.
Sorry?
I'm learning about
Yeah,
slavery.
you just learned about the abolitionists and
Sure. So, when the country was founded, before there was a United States, that's formed with the Constitution. It's a few years after we won the Revolutionary War. There were essentially two factions, the Federalist and the Anti-Federalist. The Federalists wanting to form a united country, a United States. The Anti-Federalists wanting each state to sort of remain almost independent. George Mason was an Anti-Federalist. So he pushed his strongest objection against having a United States is that a centralized government would eventually become tyrannical. And so he pushed against it, but his objections ended up forcing them to come to this compromise where they would ratify the Constitution, but the first Congress would put into effect the Bill of Rights, modeled after George Mason's Bill of Rights. And that's why he's memorialized here for his contribution to the Bill of Rights.
amazing.
Good dog.
And both your state and mine, New York, and my new state, Virginia, were very heavily against, at first, they were very heavily against the idea of having a United States. So they were the larger states, and they felt that they would dominate if there were 13 small
Right.
countries, and New York and Virginia, and maybe some of the Massachusetts might dominate. And so it took quite some convincing to get New York and Virginia to join, to agree to become part of the new United States.
You try turning up the volume. It's loud here. Can you hear him? He's loud. Or it's loud.
Well, you guys have heard of Alexander Hamilton.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. He's certainly the point man in bringing about this coalition forming the United States and pushing for it, especially in New York, but around the country.
You know who don't know who that is? Google.
So as you can see, the airport is pretty nearby.
Alexander.
Look at the airport. Look at the
To
airplane.
Reagan National right there.
Look at the airplane.
Alexander.
Reagan, though, right?
That's right, Reagan.
Yeah.
Alexander
That's pretty
Hamilton.
close.
Yeah. I remember once I had a soccer game, and it was like there was
Sorry
a
for this.
plane. This way you're gonna be going down.
So here's the Potomac River right here. On the other side is Virginia. And the building you see behind those two flags, that long, low building, that's
Yeah.
the Pentagon.
Oh my God.
The three spires you see coming out, those curved spires, that's the Air Force Memorial,
Wow.
which overlooks the Pentagon. And then the house that you see on the hill, that building with the white building, that's the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. It's within Arlington National Cemetery.
That sounds Rome.
I'm sorry?
That sounds like it should be in Rome, not here.
No.
Well,
Tomb
it's
of the
here. It's to
Unknown
honor
Soldier.
all the soldiers who are some soldiers died in battle and
Oh.
nobody knows who they were. They lost their dog tags, or before that they didn't have any dog tags. And so there's an honor guard there that every half hour during the daytime and every hour overnight they do a change in the guard ceremony, and they're to protect the eternal flame over the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier as it happens. So we're not all that close to the ocean. It's about 85 river miles downstream to the Chesapeake Bay. And At high tide, water does come up as far though, so the water in the tidal basin here it's semi-brackish, particularly at high tide. Right now it's low tide. I can just see from the level of the water there. We can see a little bit where the White House is between the trees. We're going to be in front of it a little bit later. Of course, we see the Washington Monument. We see the Jefferson Memorial. That clock tower there is called the Old Post Office Tower. You can go to the top of that and get a view of the city.
We could get a glimpse of the White House, Justin.
So you can see every plane coming in that flies over the Potomac River. It's got a very narrow flight path right between the Pentagon and the White House.
Oh, right.
They had one from the Vietnam War, but he was subsequently identified, and so they removed him. They had a ceremony and buried him, where his family wanted him to be buried. So the whole ridge that you see there is the Arlington National Cemetery.
What was his name?
I'm sorry?
What was his name?
Oh, well, we know the guy who got identified. I don't know the answer to that, but they did find out what his name was. I just don't know.
Yeah.
So that's the Arlington Cemetery. More than 400,000 graves. That's the cemetery. That's its most. It's the biggest honor to be buried there because they're very selective. That you have to be part of the military, and at these days, not just anybody from the military. You would have had to, because space is running out. So you would have had to perform some very high military service or have achieved a high rank. They don't have specific qualifications to get in. They judge each case on its own merits. But it's considered a very high honor to be buried there. And it all started because that house that you see on the hill in the middle right there, that's called the Arlington House. That was the house of Robert E. Lee and his wife before the Civil War, and what's now the Arlington Cemetery was their property. So when the Civil War broke out, that's the Confederacy and this is the Union. So when Virginia ratified secession in 1861, immediately the Union troops invaded Virginia within a few hours of that ratification. And they occupied this whole area without a fight. The first big battle is about 2 months into the war, the Battle of Bull Run. The Confederates stopped the Union advance about 30 or 35 miles south of Washington, D.C. in Manassas. And during the war, there were Union Army officers who were quartered in Robert E. Lee's house. And as the war dragged on, the Quartermaster General ordered that soldiers who had died on different battlefields in Virginia be brought back and have their graves placed on Robert E. Lee's property, all around the property, including some graves right outside the drawing room windows of the house. They dug up Mrs. Lee's rose gardens and put graves right there. So that if Lee should ever return to his property after the war was over, he would see what he was responsible for. And the Lees never did get their property back. But after the war, some number of years, there was a court after Lee and his wife had died, but the eldest son brought a court case to get the property back, and it went up to the Supreme Court, which declared it an unconstitutional taking, an illegal taking, and turned the property back over to Custis Lee in about the year 1880. Now, he wasn't really looking to live there at this point because it was already a giant graveyard. There were thousands of graves on the property by that time. He just wanted some money. So he turned around and sold it back to the federal government for $150,000, which was a lot of money in 1880. That's like millions and millions and millions of dollars that would be today. And since then, it became formally the Arlington National Cemetery.
I did not. I think I remember hearing that it was Lee's house, but all the other color eluded me.
And then we can also see where the flagpole is off on the right.
Oh, I see it.
That's
You
the
guys
Iwo
probably can't.
Jima or the Marine Corps Memorial. You'd also find in the cemetery
you guys can see
the
it.
grave of John F. Kennedy, where there's an eternal flame.
All within Arlington.
That's from Thor Ragnarok. Eternal Flame. I'm a nerd.
The selection criteria for Arlington isn't related strict or isn't weighted towards rank or.
I think that rank would certainly be part of it, but they don't really have a strict criteria. They just consider each case on a case-by-case basis. But I think what they're trying to do is only accept people who have, at this point, performed extraordinary services for their country.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you were a Medal of Honor winner, you'd be highly likely to get approved.
Peace.
And many times, it takes several years for the process to go through, and people end up they've already been interred in another cemetery around the country, and then they do a whole ceremony of taking the grave and moving it to Arlington and burying it again and having another funeral.
Oh, another funeral.
Right.
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
So a little bit later in the tour, we'll see quite a number of veterans. Because a lot of them are gathered in the area around the Vietnam Memorial today. Tomorrow is this Rolling Thunder Parade,
Yeah.
which started out as a protest rally by Vietnam War vets, protesting that there were people missing in action who had never been returned to the United States, wanting the U.S. government to do something about it. These days it's more than just that, but it's still heavily concentrated among Vietnam War vets. So we'll see lots of them around the Vietnam Memorial today.
I think we picked a good weekend to come,
Yeah, sure, it's
Yeah.
fun.
It's
That
probably historical.
parade is tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's 12 to 4.
Is it?
Yeah, so they start from the Pentagon parking lot, and then come around, go over the Memorial Bridge, and then come around here down Constitution Avenue, come back up to Independence Avenue, and then end up right in that park over there. But there's, it lasts for several hours. There's hundreds of thousands.
Oh my
of
God.
Saturday, but you guys are learning.
Last year they're going to do it here down.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
What?
Last year of the
The
parade.
Rolling Thunder.
right.
On it.
So we're at the Franklin Roosevelt Memorial in here, and this memorial is a lot newer. It was built in 1997, and what it consists of are 4 outdoor rooms, one representing each of the 4 terms of his presidency, and each room has some elements to it. There are quotes of his on the walls. There are statues relating to that term of his presidency. And there's supposed to be a running water element that flows throughout the memorial, but the water system has been broken over the winter. They had a bit of a flood, and the water pumps burned out, and I don't know when they're going to replace them. But if you go in, there's some very interesting statues and quotes on the walls. So Franklin Roosevelt was our president during the Great Depression, and then again, or he continued to be president during the Second World War. So the first couple of rooms, you'll see things related to the Great Depression, and then things to do with the war.
Should I? Yeah. God, I'm so happy I'm not taking my brain pill. I'm starving.
Get to enjoy some delicious food.
You should take your hot.
Yeah, that was his little breakfast snack.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna need a man-sized meal.
Yeah.
Four
Starting.
separate buildings for the 4 terms of presidents. 4 terms of what? He didn't finish. See, he was in a wheelchair. He had polio.
So you had
It looks like he has cucumbers.
Wait, there, there. Look.
Cucumbers on his eye.
Those are his Coke bottles.
Oh, really?
Coke bottle glasses, they call them.
think that's life size, do you?
Oh, I do.
Could be.
Do you think I can sit on his lap?
That's it.
Pretty good pickup.
Good one.
He's hot.
Yeah, that could be a life size.
Yeah. Seems.
You have to think out the fundamentals of
He doesn't feel pain though. And he doesn't get annoyed.
Franklin's illness gave him strength and courage he had not had before. He had to think out the fundamentals of living.
and learn the greatest of all lessons, infinite patience and never-ending persistence.
You get that? Always be patient and never give up.
That's actually what the winners do. All right, babe. Come on, baby.
Oh, my stomach.
All right, we can be fat and eat soon.
Oh, my stomach hurts. I don't know why.
You just ate a hot dog. Maybe that's
I
why.
don't know.
Stomach hurts?
Yeah. I'm hungry.
Okay. As soon as we find food, we'll get you food.
No country, however rich, can afford the waste of its human resources. Demoralization caused by vast unemployment is our greatest extravagance. Morally, it is the greatest menace to our social order. He was the president during the Great Depression when the economy fell apart and a lot of people were out of work, couldn't pay their bills.
Yeah.
I pledge you.
It was
pledge
sad.
myself.
I want some of that now.
Functional circuit. Conduction. What even is this? Where's the water?
That's it. Did you hear what he said? They had
For him?
they broke the pumps over the winter or something.
Huh?
The pumps broke over the winter, so
Wasn't Hoover before him? Or no?
yes.
Hoovervilles? So he didn't do a good job.
Come on.
He let the market take care of it too much or something.
He was elected a week after the stock market.
Right.
Come on.
But did people say that he didn't do enough to help?
Well, he exacerbated by actually
It's like all
tightening
purple.
credit and
Just a random light pole.
posing.
Just sitting.
Calling it.
This is cool. I want some of that. This ways. I get a lot of notifications. I said YouTube though. I have you guys. So are we going back or
We're gonna go down the other tunnel.
And then we'll be done.
okay? Okay. Okay.
So this is when promising everyone that, like,
Okay.
Let's see. Progressive look of it.
considered great, isn't it?
Depending on who you're talking to, sure.
What?
President Roosevelt. And there were two President Roosevelts. Franklin Roosevelt, who we're sitting here looking at now,
Oh.
is
This is what we should never forget our fearless leader.
Said Trump.
See that? What does that say?
I never forget that I live in a house owned by all the American people and that have been given their trust.
I think that every president has to wear a T-shirt that says that every single day.
I mean, he
Or
lives
get
in
a
the White
tattoo.
House.
Get
And
a
the White
tattoo.
House, the White House belongs to all the American people.
And all of them, not just the ones that vote for you.
Wow, I swatted a bug.
I mean, we've really come to a point where
I was like, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
That bug was bugging me.
You said that like it's
Redistribution.
It is redistribution. I understand helping people when there's a crisis, but
I believe it is the duty of those with
Duty.
right,
those without.
not to be like forced
Duty.
It is not
Duty.
to the government.
correct. Exactly.
I agree. Because you would do that, and we
Duty.
do that, but
Duty.
what?
Yeah.
And then when they take it on the way, they only go to the cuckoo. That's the problem. It's not direct.
Now what's with this?
With the sound.
Nothing like it. Can we go back in the trolley?
One of the New Deal project, or the big New Deal projects. That in all fairness,
That was weird. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks weird.
Making jobs with infrastructure.
and arguably, the infrastructure itself became a worthwhile investment.
It did, but it's not. You make a project just to have jobs. I mean, that's the thing. Why don't you just give the people the money and call it? At least you're getting something out of it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back. He's getting answered.
He's probably got a. He's fine. Come on, you got one more. Civilian
more.
Conservation Corps.
Wait, I have to show all this.
What?
No,
You don't like this?
no, I have to show this.
Oh. Look at the puppy.
Yeah.
Is that a bear?
Where?
Where?
Yeah, it's a bear.
Like a bear.
Where is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Either that or it's a panda.
Oh, that must be like a big statue to him.
A bear?
Or is it a dog? It's like it's his little dog.
I think that's a dog. Is this it? Is the last one?
Thank you.
What?
I like this.
Oh, it's a dog. Or a bear. I can't
It's his
tell.
dog. I remember now. He loves his dog.
Really?
Yeah. We must be the great arsenal.
He loves his dog. Apparently he loves his dog. That's a weird looking dog.
It's a cutie.
Looks like he has a beard.
Looks a lot different here. What's going on here? You got older?
It looks like he has a
You
beard.
got older here. Presidency really. I like that dog. I want to take him home. My dog with the eyebrows. Hi, honey.
He looks like he has a beard and a
He's got
mustache.
eyebrows.
What?
Like Jackson could be friends with him.
Jackson is not being friends with that thing. Oh, sorry. Look at that dude. Who's this guy? Wait,
Yeah.
who's that? 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 Ma?
That's the same guy.
I don't know.
Roosevelt.
Just aged?
Yeah.
He looks like Abraham.
It's like his last term, I think, right?
Oh my God, that's Roman. Come on, Roman. You guys haven't seen the Italy series. What are you doing? Why are you still watching this video? If you haven't seen it. You bet I can climb this?
Where are you going?
If they had like a monument for you, it would be like exactly.
Yeah.
Don't call me sir, I work for him.
Oh my brilliant.
Stinker. Wrong kid.
I'm alive and dreading the alternative. That's what you would have.
You
That's
bloody,
what your monument would be.
you bloody criminal.
You bloody criminal.
You're a bloody criminal and a scholar.
We need a monument to you, baby, in the backyard.
Oh my God, that would be so
And a
great.
picture of you with, like, you know, on your boat or whatever, like.
Just casually on your boat.
Or just like, no, just
Picture of me
in
in
a
the Speedo.
Speedo.
In the Speedo. In the Speedo.
Oh my God, we have to
I've
do
filmed
that.
that. I didn't film that, so.
Methinks.
Methinks.
Okay. You guys, I might cut it short for this, so I'll put a part 2 in for today. So, I think I should add a part 2 to this.
I
I'll
think
cut
you should
up.
stop because your phone's gonna get.
Yeah. So I'll see you guys. See you next time. Bye. Click the next video.